All right. Playing Hannah Lieberman. Hannah is a very fast player. I know from experience she doesn't study, so words will be a big factor in the decisions I make against her. I just don't need to overthink. Game one of the day in the morning is usually the game I play the worst. I get really groggy, I guess, brain wise. First decision is an interesting one. I can exchange keeping ES, AES, AEIS, or EIS. I opted to keep EIS since I had triplicate eyes. The risk of duplicating the eye I'm keeping is lower. Anna plays valid. I jokingly say Holt. This little lapse in concentration of holding this play as a joke might be the reason we see this next decision occur. Alright, there's only one spot to play my 7. What are those? What are those shifts telling us? This is an absolutely terrible miss of just misyoked. Incredible. Just a complete and utter miss. Hannah responds with dared. I draw 4 E's, 2 I's, and a J. I could exchange here. Up to play through. The score is 81 to 62. I'd rather have a bit of a lead most of the time and deal with my letters. Maybe exchange next turn if I need to. Or maybe just slog through whatever tiles I draw. It's close. The engine prefers exchanging by a very small margin. I might exchange against players that I don't think I am as likely to beat in a close game. Anna finds a nice play of bro. I draw FGU, which is actually pretty good. 2 consonants. This allows me to make the play of jig, score some points. It looks kind of weird, but this is the best play. There are other options in the position, but 23 points. A little bit of defense. So let's see what I draw here. 2 constants would be nice. A T and an N. Very awesome. I am now saved from having to exchange. I hate exchanging. I don't know about you guys. Hannah also plays upside down a lot, which is nice. I like that touch. Confidence. In this position, I play FEU, which seems pretty obvious. This is not the correct play. There's this very cute double-double of E rodent for 39, which is well worth keeping FIU over EINT for 22-point gain. That was another miss. This one is a bit more forgivable though. Alright, I draw 1-pointers, and Hannah also has 1-pointers. Plays Oat for 24. Now I have a decision to make. It's starting to get midway through the game. Still 2 blanks out. Do I go for the blanks? Or do I go for a bingo? I decided not to just drop the NE with line and play lineate. This complicates the game a little bit more at the expense of a much better leave. I wouldn't do this against someone higher rated, but I feel I'm more confident keeping on the scoring pressure and not relying on drawing a bingo with 2 blanks out. It's definitely not the optimal play. But there's another little reason to play lineate that is not captured by engine analysis. What hook or hooks does lineate take? You might ask yourself. Hannah plays oh no. Well, firstly, I want to mention that if you miss this play of cubic, your next best option is around 25 points worse. So at least this time I didn't make a 25-point mistake. Now, Hannah thinks she has a very nice scoring play here. Unfortunately, this was one of the reasons I chose to play lineate. It's a very common phony to hook an S onto this adjective. So Hannah unfortunately loses her turn here. Instant challenge. Got him. My plan comes to fruition. What do you do here? There are tons of options in this position. This play of Exeunt is actually the top play recommended by the engine. I'm not sure if I saw this play, but keeping 2 Gs is what I did. Scoring a little bit less and digging a little less deep for the blanks. Keeping the E has some long-term value though. There are only 2 remaining E's. But I should leave lineate open for the D, just in case she's afraid to play it. Hannah plays tout, and I draw very well. This position, I see a play. I'm not sure, but I feel confident enough to play it and hope for no challenge. Sluggish is the word that means what this word is supposed to mean. Hannah holds. A bit afraid. She ends up accepting after 12 seconds. So, not too much stress. But this is indeed a phony. And it could have been really bad if she challenged. Potentially not the smartest decision. As Vol comes down. I drew into a natural Linden's. There's no spot for it. Still both blanks out. Still this huge spot here that Sluggier opened up. And seeing why the E's are so important. If she had an E, she'd have wave. But I decided to cover the spot. Any There are other options, but this makes the most sense. Takes the scoring spot, blocks the D. It's hard to do much now. You're Hannah. I know she still has SUQ, unless she used her U for tout, or only U, which would be very surprising. She ends up playing square, which is really nice. And I get a little bit afraid here, because I have 7 consonants and I'm up 84. And there are 2 blanks out. Let's go all out for a blank. Exchange 6. Keep only the S. Luckily, the E's are completely gone now, so it's harder to bingo. And here's where the magic happens. I draw very well. I spot hipster. Nothing playable. How do I bingo here? This is great position, but if I can bingo, this game is over. Can you spot it? So excited when I see this. Hard to contain myself. My best play of the tournament. You can stop watching now. Blank is a Y. Sophistry for 101. It's funny how an absolutely terrible game became an absolutely beautiful game. And there's the other blank. Such luck. Ha comes down. Nothing to worry about. I could attempt to bingo again and play brow and were. If I draw an A or I threaten tentorial from the TE. I decide not to risk it. I play throw, use my other blank, hoping to draw the A or the I as well to go out. I don't. Anna plays flap. This endgame is kind of complicated. How to stop Azo? You can't. But by playing off the L, setting up a trap. I knew this was the wrong endgame, but I figured Hannah would not play it optimally. Hannah is supposed to hold on to Azo and block my outplay of Nim with GI and BI, which is a 22-point improvement over playing Azo immediately. In the end, this is what separates the exploitative endgames from the optimal endgames. I gained 6 points here. It adds up and rarely backfires. Endgames are tough. Gotta know your opponents.